Hey, today we will go into what version of Classic WoW you want to play and what the differences are between Fresh and Classic Era. Let's dive into it. Let's start with Classic Fresh WoW. This will have 3 servers, 1 PvP, 1 PvE and 1 hardcore. They might add more if it is needed, depends how many will play during Classic release. I remember back in the real Classic, they kept opening server after server. These servers will have dual spec, which means if you are a healer, you do not have to pay respec gold just to be able to farm gold anymore. Just imagine, hey, I want to farm gold. Oh, pay 100 gold first so you can respec. Back and forth. No buff and debuff limit, which means Serpent Sting is allowed and all other debuffs. You can even have a Shadow Weaving Priest, which is basically a priest that heals and keeps up the Shadow debuff. This way Warlocks will do more damage. In Classic Era we have 16 debuff limit, so we min-max the best debuffs so the boss dies as fast as possible. So anyone can play their classes the normal way now. The Classic Fresh WoW server will go into the Burning Crusade, so if you like to progress your character to the next expansion, this is what you would like. Who knows, it might even follow into Wrath of the Lich King again. There will be a fresh economy, which is fun, things are not as expensive, and farming actually feels rewarding. You don't feel like you're left behind. Everyone needs things. Upgrading that greenie from a blue feels impactful. This might not be the case on Era, where majority of the players are already geared to the teeth. GDKP is banned in Fresh Classic, but it is allowed in Classic Era, so you won't be able to just buy your gear outright. Back when Classic went into TBC, they gave you the option to swap your character to Classic Era for 15 euros. A character copy, if you will. Maybe they do the same again on this Classic Fresh. This way you can get to have the best of both worlds. You get to dive into TBC and have a Classic Era character backed up just in case. They ended up doing a little discount before finishing it. It was like 5 euros per character then. I ended up doing my last few alts then. Now let's go into what Classic Era is. It is a server that started after the first relaunch of the Burning Crusade. The Classic server will stay into the last phase of Classic and will never progress further than that. So you're always in Naxxramas. Blizzard will continue supporting it and will not make any major changes. So you're locked in the same playstyle forever. That can be a good thing also, as we boomers sometimes do not like the change. If that sounds good to you, staying in the same Classic Era version, then this might be the best for you. Many like to keep progressing our characters and parses and enjoy our biz items, raiding with the same people every week. We will not get an expansion where our old gear all of a sudden sucks anymore and you have to store it in your bank when there's no bank slots. The community you join will usually stay alive if it means Era continues to get new players. This way, even if you take breaks, you can always return very easily, and many have done this in our Classic Era raids. The economy is old and inflation has been hit hard. Bonus is that you do not have to farm long for your mount. Bad part is everything seems way too expensive, from your flask to doing your enchants. Good is that Classic Era has a real loyal raiding community. They have made many alts and keep playing the game regardless with low amount of breaks. I get many messages weekly of people checking in with me. How is Era doing, Johannes? Is it a good time to come back or not? I reply with my plans and what's in the works right now and get them excited again. We host weekly raids on Era since April of 2023, still going strong. Classic Vanilla Era will always have a place in my heart, and I played even on the re-release as a kid. I got to level 40. That moment I had enough gold for a mount on my Dwarf Warrior. I was so proud of myself back then. These are those impactful memories, and now we will try Fresh also and host some raids there. Fresh gets you that nostalgia feel, leveling up again with your friends, getting those old memories back. Going into your first raid with full greens and a few blues. Who will get that first onslaught girdle? What banter will be created that raid? Will Ammo wipe our raid again? Will we get a binding or maybe a Sulfuras Hammer from Ragnaros? That would be exciting. Before we go into the sense of competition, we have a free guide in the description to help you find the best community for Fresh Classic WoW. This will help you make your decision and not end up wasting any time on guilds that are not a right fit. There is a sense of competition in Classic WoW. Playing with your regular raiding crew, doing more damage or healing than others, and feeling like you're improving. When you hit that goal, feeling accomplished, learning something new, and once you feel like you played your main enough, having the freedom to level another class. Or who knows, maybe you cannot get enough and level the same class on Classic Fresh. Then not being the only one, as Fresh has a lot of new player base. Guildies might join in, you make a dungeon leveling group before release, go on Discord together and have a blast. It is November or December and it is cold outside. Sitting inside behind your computer, drinking that hot coffee or Choco. That comfy feeling of being on Discord with your friends, talking your butts off. That hype before you go into your first Classic Fresh raid, hoping you get a bit lucky and win loot. Players wishing you grats on those new pair of boots you just got, those Louis Vuittons, and they actually mean it. Making memories, that's what we are here for. It is about experiences. I still look with fond memories about my binding video, going over each binding that dropped during the 2019 Classic. I can always go back and watch it and enjoy it again. Seems Blizzard will have plans to keep our subscription going for years and years. So these re-releases will keep coming. I can honestly say I'm happy about that. It gives me the strength to keep making YouTube videos, keep growing our community with new players, and having fun. If you'd like to join us, we have our Discord link down below. Come have some fun. It means what I'm currently busy with actually means something. When I do take little breaks of hosting raids or making videos about Classic WoW, which I have done in the past, it does not take long for me to really miss it and start doing both again. I hope this shed some light on the differences between Classic Era and Classic WoW Fresh. Me personally will be playing and enjoying both, and there is no competition between the two. You are free to play one or the other and have a good time either way. I'm liking some of the changes that Classic Fresh has made and open to trying it. I do not have time to make YouTube videos every time I announce big plans, so make sure to join my Discord. I put my plans there first in the announcement channel. Now watch this video. See you in the next one.